Hey everybody, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We're currently in Val Royeaux, which doesn't seem to have a lot happening unless I drastically miss something, but there's a few merchants here and there. That's pretty much it. There's this weird arrow that came shooting in that I'm intrigued by. We had to follow a whole bunch of notes to get some hints on who's doing that. So I think I'm going to follow up on that next, and that is called A Friend of Red Jenny. A location near Val Royeaux was revealed by the clues left by these friends of Red Jenny. Use the world map to travel to the meeting point. So I think that seems pretty intriguing, and it's something I'd like to do. It's a secluded courtyard. So let's make that happen, shall we? We shall.
If I might have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion.
Whoa.
Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps you should look among your fellow mages.
What are you saying exactly?
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
So you think the Templars are behind it?
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
Well, at least that's somebody that's not thinking it was my fault. Look, will you be able to help us?
Does that mean the mages will help us?
We are willing to discuss it with the Inquisition at least. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe.
Beautiful.
Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lord Herald.
Come, let us return to Haven.
Well, that could prove to be beneficial in the long run for sure. I do have to say, in the Mage and Templar kind of rift, I probably would side with the mages if I have to ever make a choice, but... Okay, this is the secluded courtyard. Fend off the guards? Really? Whoa, that is gnarly! Yep, that'll do. So much for doing things peacefully. Are we just looking for somebody randomly? I suppose we can just go in with our... Whoa!
Herald of Andraste! How much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
And I just followed some notes.
Fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Whoa!
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face.
I'm guessing she
so,
sent the
you
notes.
followed the notes well enough.
Yep.
Glad to see you're... And you're an elf. Well, hope you're not too elfy. I mean,
Thanks.
It's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Some say that, I guess, yeah.
Some believe I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you? And what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sera. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Wow.
Bunch of nutters.
Okay, yeah, they're all wearing no pants. That is fantastic.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste.
She's so weird.
You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
Well, okay. Can you tell me a little bit about who you are first?
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. Well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sera. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
That's cool. So, what are you offering exactly? Allies? Spies?
The Inquisition already has friends in high places. Can you add to that prestige?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Step down, you've got big lords with big purses, like the tit we killed. Or was he one of the endless arse-lickers who follow? Doesn't matter. His grand plan was ruined by scrap torn from his desk and a red sock. By someone who couldn't read it. So no, I'm not Lord Poncyfart or Ruffled. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
Yeah, I would like you to join. What's going on here? Sera joins the Inquisition. Sera does not join the Inquisition, leaves forever. Let's see. Who exactly are your people?
So who are your Friends of Red Jenny? You must know them.
It's not hard to understand if you're not trying to waste your day on it. Someone little always hates someone big. And unless you don't eat, sleep, or piss, you're never far from someone little. Doesn't always work out, but a lot of people hated this guy. Someone got a laugh, someone got even, someone got paid. And someone has to have explained to them that free help is good.
Yeah, that's true. Why are you asking if I glow?
Back there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead, yeah? I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
Yeah, join up.
All right, Sera. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like.
So
That'll
excited.
keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something.
Yeah, you could probably sell
Anyway,
those.
Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
That's cool. Have an enthusiastic new member of our party. I'm bringing her out because I like her. She's really cool. But that means who stays behind? Ooh. Might only be room for one mage here. Mind you, we have 2 rogues. Let's see. I think we'll take Varric. He seems to have like one of the strongest weapons right now. We kind of need Cassandra to be our tank. That's really tough. Let's do that for now, but we'll probably rotate quite a bit. I don't have anybody in here that I don't really like, so... Perfect. Inquisition needs bees! Whatever that means. What does that mean? Oh, actually, one thing would be interesting is to see if she has... Okay, yeah, she's level 5. We have 6 points to spend. That is beautiful. Okay. So we've got Subterfuge, we've got Sabotage, Archery, and Double Daggers. Looks like she's already expanded into Archery quite a bit. Sabotage and Subterfuge. Experts in these talents are masters of misdirection, whether leaping to safety, disappearing into shadows, or tricking enemies into slashing at empty air. Could be nice. All but invisible to your enemies. Attacking from stealth gives you a damage bonus and brings you back the enemy's attention. Dealing damage to enemies reduces the ability's cooldown time. I like that. You live in the darkness. Entering stealth is now instant and removes all debilitating effects on you. While in stealth, you can even pass through enemies without being detected. Yep. Hopefully she can utilize both of these. Threat reduction, flanking threat reduction. I like that, actually. I'm going to grab that. And then, instead of going into Sabotage, I think we'll continue to develop her Archery. We'll give her Long Shot. Oh, do we not have... Oh, we don't even have these ones yet. Okay, so these are kind of essential. More damage from firing from elevation. Learn to pick apart enemies that are still unwounded and unwary. You do slightly more damage to enemies that are only lightly injured. And then Long Shot. Powerful single shot that delivers more damage the farther you are from the target. Use on incapacitated foes for combos. So if we paralyze somebody and then we use that, that could be pretty beneficial. Let's apply that. In terms of her behaviors, let's see here. They can follow me, I suppose. And I'm okay with that. One thing I do want to change is actually have Cassandra defend me. I think that that will be a little bit better in our, or a little bit more in our favor. I also learned that if we use the Y key, oh, light armor, nice, mage only. Too many breaches. Yeah, we'll take it. If we use the Y key, we'll have them all attack the same target, which I've actually wanted to do for quite a long time, and I assumed that it would just happen automatically, but it didn't. Did not happen. Okay, so this is what we're wearing. Oops. Switch back to that. So we're good. How is her gear, actually? We should check for Sera. So she's using a firm hunting longbow. We have this. We should give her this bow. Plus 3% attack, plus 4% guard damage bonus. Can't use it on Varric anyways. More damage. Boom, you're welcome. And how's your armor? Let's see, 54. Got some basic armor. This is kind of the same. Oh, that's because it is the exact same one. And no helmets available. Okay. So we are a little heavy on the range, but I'm kind of hoping that we can overcome that soon. We would need to find another companion, but where do we want to go next? We got a couple of things we can do. I think I'm going to hold off on the Fallow Mire. We've got Haven. They want us to go back there. Deliver these. The Hinterlands. Inform Braun that the watchtowers have been built. We've got the bandits to deal with. One thing that is interesting is this... Where is it here? Travel to the Hinterlands with Solus. I wonder if, because we don't have him chosen right now... if that means that he wouldn't come with us to this. I'm guessing we would need to bring him. It wouldn't just automatically have him show up. So if that's the case, we'll go back to Haven. Let's see. Or maybe this. We could attend the salon. Vivienne de Fer, the first enchanter of Montesemard, has extended an invitation to our salon at the chateau of Duc Bastien du Guislain. Yeah, okay, let's do that. It's way out here, but let's go. I don't know why we were just hearing monkeys, I think. Perhaps they're a common pet in the area.
Master Lavellen, on behalf of the Inquisition.
A pleasure, sir. We so rarely have a chance to meet anyone new. It is always the same crowd at these parties. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
And what have you heard exactly?
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fade.
I'm not familiar with that name. I was invited here by First Enchanter Vivienne.
Madame de Fer is a fond nickname the court has given Lady Vivienne.
I've heard she finds it amusing.
Can you tell me about the Duke?
I've heard very little about Duke Bastien.
He hasn't been seen much at court lately.
His business with the Council of Heralds often takes him from home for long periods. It can't be good for a man of his years.
And of course, there's the civil war. Bastien probably wishes to distance himself from the actions of his one-time son-in-law.
Tearing up the Dales in a foolish bid for power? It will end in disgrace for Gaspard. Everyone knows it.
Well, what they said about me, it's pretty much just gossip.
I don't care what they say about me.
You should. The game has crushed far more powerful institutions than your Inquisition.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit.
Tell me how you really
Washed-up
feel.
sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously. Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I've never made any claims to holiness. What's your point?
In front of all these people, you admit to being a pretentious usurper. We know what your Inquisition truly is.
Enlighten me.
If you were a man of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests.
That's awesome. I like her.
You know such rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lord, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
Just let him go. I don't really care.
I think the Marquis has seen the error of his ways.
By the grace of Andraste, you have your life, my dear. Do be more careful with it.
I wonder if she would have just ended him there if I said so.
I'm
That's
delighted
crazy.
you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first enchanter of Montemard and enchantress to the Imperial Court.
What about the Marquis?
Is that Marquis going to pose a problem?
His aunt is the Vicomtesse of Mont de Glace. Not a powerful family, but well respected. And very devout. Alphonse will be disowned for this. It's not the first time he's brought his aunt disgrace, but I'm sure it'll be the last. And after such a public humiliation, I expect he'll run off to the Dales to join the Empress's war effort. Either to make a good end, or to win back a modicum of self-respect.
That's pretty cool to meet you, I guess. Don't know much about you yet, but...
Charmed, Lady Vivienne.
Ah, but I didn't invite you to the chateau for pleasantries.
Oh.
With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Oh. So she can join us too? Are you kidding? That's actually awesome. Can I ask you a couple questions here? What assistance do you bring exactly?
What exactly can you do for the Inquisition?
I am well versed in the politics of the Orlesian Empire. I know every member of the Imperial Court personally. I have all the resources remaining to the Circle at my disposal. And I'm a mage of no small talent. Will that do?
So, well, it's a pretty impressive resume, I'm not gonna lie. You'll work inside the court?
Does that mean you'd be aiding the Inquisition from the Imperial Palace?
Ordinarily, I would be happy to serve as liaison to the court, but these are not ordinary times. The veil has been ripped apart and there is a hole in the sky. It is now the duty of every mage to work towards sealing the breach. And so I would join the Inquisition on the field of battle.
That is really cool. What's the difference between a mage and just like a loyal mage besides the obvious grammatical difference?
You say you led the last of the loyal mages. Loyal to whom?
To the people of Thedas, of course. We have not forgotten the commandment, as some have, that magic exists to serve man. I support any effort to restore such order.
Do you support the Circle, or...?
So you're in favor of returning the mages to the Circle, then?
Where else can mages safely learn to master their talents? We need an institution
That's
to
the positive side of it.
nurture magic. Maker knows. Magic will find neither on its own.
What's in this for you?
The same thing anyone gets by fighting this chaos. The chance to meet my enemy, to decide my fate. I won't wait quietly for destruction.
Are you devout? What's your opinion of the Chantry?
I was a great admirer of the late Divine Justinia V. The Chantry, at its best, unites the disparate cultures of Thedas and looks after its most vulnerable. Had she lived, Justinia could have accomplished so much.
You say you led the last of the loyal mages. Loyal to whom?
I don't know why...
To the people of Thedas, of course. We have not forgotten. I support any effort to restore such order.
Are you devout?
I was a great... The Chantry, at it... Had she lived, Justinia could have accomplished so much.
So, I wonder if this is somebody who I could, perhaps engage in a romance with at some point. The physical attraction? Check. She's super smart. I'm a little concerned about the whole Chantry thing, but we'll see.
Is your interest in the Inquisition Madame de Fer, or is it more personal?
Aren't you charming?
Hey, I try.
It's professional, of course.
Well, welcome aboard.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
That's cool. So we have 2 people already. That's fantastic. In addition to the 3 we already had. So we've got Varric, Cassandra, Solus. Uh-oh. Are they kicking us out of the party already? I guess so. Boom. Right back to Haven. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Let's see how Cassandra's doing.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm Not sure. Where are you from?
That's actually kind of an interesting question.
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you. But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
Well, I'll tell her the truth. I don't have anything to hide.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far north. But clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
I don't know. I'm good kind of wherever I am.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Well, see, now we're already riding a very dangerous line here. I just don't know what the possibilities are, and I look at Cassandra more of a friend than anything, and I don't want to mislead her.
No motivation beyond making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
So, you're Navarran royalty?
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Is that one of the reasons that you left the place?
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that.
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
What ended up happening to your brother, if you don't mind me asking?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Oh, damn. Can you tell me more about Navarra?
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
And what about your parents?
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
A mortalitasi?
Your uncle was a mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is.
Whoa.
My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Wow.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact.
Oh, so you've got tons of history with them.
The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker.
What do
I
you
will
mean?
tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
So what does a right hand do exactly?
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
So you really believed in her.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
Huh. Is that the full detail that you're going to give me, or will you tell me the full, like, you tell me everything?
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that?
Yeah, I do.
What, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
You're probably just being modest.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
What became of the mages?
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy gratitude. Many of them died at the conflict.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
An impressive tale. I can see why people enjoy telling it.
Just wait till they start telling stories about you.
Yeah.
I'll let
They
you get
already
back to
are.
work.
So it seems like we have a potential love interest in Cassandra and a potential love interest in the other woman that we picked up, and I'm not sure which one we're going to explore, and I feel kind of disingenuous if we explore both. But I shouldn't write off either, but to be honest, I'm not totally interested in Cassandra in that way, so I'm thinking we'll keep our relationship professional, but we'll see. We'll take a little break. When we come back, we'll talk to a few others, and we got a lot to do. So we'll head out to probably some of these places after we touch base with the others and go from there. But thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.